If planets could sing, what song would the Earth hum? In the vast silence of space, where light itself takes billions of years to reach a distant star, there is a music playing, unheard, unseen, yet eternal. It isn't made of sound. It is made of motion, not of words, but of orbits. The planets, the silent dancers of the cosmos, circle around the sun, each following its own rhythm, its own soul, as if the entire universe were performing a symphony that never ends. If you listen closely enough, you can almost hear the breath of space, the faint trembling of stardust, and the steady heartbeat of worlds spinning in the dark. It is an ancient dance, one that began 4.6 billion years ago, when the first cosmic cloud collapsed to give birth to our star, the Sun. From that moment, dust, ice, and stone collided, joined, broke apart, and came together again, like the first hesitant steps on the grand stage of creation. And over time, those fragments became worlds. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Each entered its orbit, each rotation a step, each revolution a note in this invisible music. When we gaze at the night sky, those distant dots are not random lights. They are our companions, dancing with us around the same sun, quietly, gracefully, endlessly. No sound, no conflict, only perfect harmony, drawn by gravity, sculpted by time, and played in the purest silence of space. Every orbit tells a story. Every crossing of paths, a brief touch, like two dancers brushing past under the soft light of a distant galaxy. And within this grand symphony, our Earth, a small but brilliant note, sings its own melody, the song of life, of oceans and winds, of the beating hearts of humankind. This music, the music of the planets, never stops. Only we, the listeners, sometimes forget that we are part of this dance too. The lonely ones near the sun. Among the swirling notes of the solar symphony, two tones echo closest to the sun, Mercury and Venus, the lonely ones, living in light but wrapped in silence. Mercury, the swift but solitary runner. If the solar system were a dance, then Mercury would be the smallest, fastest dancer, forever hurrying through the cosmic stage. It races around the sun in just 88 days, as if afraid of being left behind in the music of light. But the strangest thing is not its speed. It's how slowly Mercury spins on its own axis.
What is happening to me?
A single day there lasts almost 2 of its years. Imagine watching the sun rise and waiting 176 Earth days before it finally sets, only to rise again within the same day. On Mercury, dawn and dusk lose all meaning. They become tests of patience and endurance. The planet's surface plays a song of extremes. Temperatures soar to 430 degrees Celsius under the blazing sun, then plummet to minus 180 degrees Celsius at night. A frozen silence following a furnace roar. There is almost no air, only drifting traces of atoms over a landscape of silver-gray stone. If you could stand there, you would hear nothing. No wind, no echo, no life.
The heartbeat
only
of
absolute
Mars
silence
is now
and the
strong.
blinding glare of sunlight striking across a cracked horizon. Yet through that silence, Mercury keeps dancing, faithfully spinning, holding its rhythm alone, a tiny, tireless performer in a vast cosmic hall where only light and shadow are watching. Venus, the brightest and most tragic sister. If Mercury is the first note in the solar symphony, then Venus is the brightest one. From Earth, it glows like a gem, the most brilliant object in the night sky after the moon. The ancients called it the morning star and the evening star, for it greets the dawn first and bids farewell to the night last. But behind that dazzling beauty lies a prison of fire and acid. Venus's thick atmosphere hides its surface completely, filled with clouds of sulfuric acid, heavy and poisonous. The air pressure there is 90 times stronger than on Earth, as if you were standing a kilometer under the ocean. The temperature? Over 470 degrees Celsius, hotter than Mercury, even though it lies farther from the sun. This unbearable heat is trapped by a runaway greenhouse effect, turning Venus into the hottest planet in the solar system. But perhaps the most mysterious part is the way Venus spins backward. Earth rotates from west to east. Venus does the opposite, east to west. If you stood on its surface, you would see the sun rise in the west and set in the east. A dance in reverse, a rhythm against the flow of the cosmos. No one knows exactly why. Perhaps Venus was struck by another planet long ago, its spin forever twisted by that ancient collision. Or perhaps it simply chose to dance to its own rhythm. Amid the silence of space, Venus keeps turning, still glowing brilliantly in our sky each night. A symbol of beauty and tragedy, of light and loneliness. Like a passionate dancer spinning backward on the grand stage of the solar system, Venus refuses to follow the rhythm of others, choosing instead to keep her own tempo, her own song, her own truth. The two closest to the S